One of the things that I think is super interesting about the sort of security and AI space is that I feel like there's a lot of debate really in a world about, how much of the security narrative around AI is just sort of fear, uncertainty, doubt style things of like, oh, it's just a new technology and people are just like paranoid about it versus like what are the actually real security threats that kind of people need to think about when they're adopting AI. I'd love to get your sense, especially like living right at the intersection of these two technologies. Like, what is, the fear, uncertainty, doubt? What's like the real thing that people should be thinking about?
It's interesting. At the very start, everyone was really concerned that everyone was going to steal their data and train other data. And there's in reality, there's a very small amount of really valuable data that can be used for training. Most companies spend so much time cleansing the data, and getting down to really, really important small amounts of data that's hugely valuable. So I think at the very start, everyone was concerned that if they look sideways at AI, their data was going to be stolen and trained on. So I think there was certainly a misconception about that at the start. Now, not to say there wasn't certainly examples where things did happen like that. But for the most part, I think data was very safe. For me, the biggest challenge around security, and it's going to be a real challenge, is AI is going to change how we interact with software. And particularly as we look at things like agentic frameworks and multi-agentic frameworks, where you have agents handing off to other agents. You delegate control to one agent, it delegates control to another. So that entire process of making sure the right controls are in place, the right auditing, you may have an agent that does work and delegates to 50 or 60 or 100 other agents. That's a huge amount to try and get control of and make sure you understand. And it's very different than you delegating to a user in your organization where you have that one username that shows up a lot. So I think that's probably going to be the biggest challenge. We're not there yet from a technical perspective to either, make AI work like that, but also to address the security side of it. And that's just evolving. If you look at the likes of the MCP spec at the moment is evolving with that in mind all the time.